question 13. So again, like question 11, I can see straight away that I've got right angle triangles. Now, it does say that at the beginning, and this time I've got an angle as well. So that should set your alarm bells ringing for trigonometry. Okay, it's in the calculator paper, it's towards the end, so that's exactly what you should be looking for. Okay, these are really nice straightforward questions, so I'm just going to remind you how to do these. Okay, so on this one, calculate the value of x. So the first thing that I would write down is SOHCAHTOA to help me. Okay, because we're going to pick which part of SOHCAHTOA we're going to use. So next bit, label the sides of your triangle. Okay, I do this in a particular order and I do the same every time. So I would always label the hypotenuse first. The hypotenuse is opposite the right angle and it's our longest side, so it's this one. Then I would label the opposite side. The opposite is opposite the other angle that we're given, not the right angle. And then that means A is the third side. The adjacent is always the side that's got both the angle and the right angle on. Okay, right, now we've got to decide which side is not helpful to us at all. Okay, and how I remember this is if there's nothing on that side, that's the side we don't need. We need this one because it's the side we're working out. We need this one because it's got a length on it. So that means we're not involving A. Okay, so we're working with O and H. The only part, so remember SOHCAHTOA is split into 3. The only part of SOHCAHTOA that has an O and a H in it is SO. Okay, so we would write out what SO stands for. Sine equals O over H. Remember, your middle letter in each part is always the numerator in your fraction. Okay, let's put in what we know. Right, sine. The angle size always goes as sine, cos or tan. So it's sine 42 equals O is what we don't know and H is our 14.5. This is a nice one. The unknown is at the top. So to get it on its own, we would multiply these two together. So we'd multiply by 14.5. So we're going to do sine 42 multiplied by 14.5 and it's going to give us our answer. Be really careful when you put it in your calculator. You'll see what happens. So when I click sine and I type 42, it's opened a bracket. I've got to close the bracket before I do my multiplication. 14.5 and I get the answer 9.70. So it's not telling me what to round it to, so it wouldn't matter, but I would put 9.7. Seems like a nice a place to stop at one decimal place, centimetres. Okay, let's do the next one. So it says the diagram below shows a different right angled triangle. Calculate the value of y. So this time we're working out the size of the angle. Okay, so we start again. I'm going to write our SOHCAHTOA to help me in my 3 parts. Okay, let's label the sides. So hypotenuse opposite the right angle. O is opposite the other angle. And the adjacent is the other side. Right, I need the A, it's got a length. I need the H, it's got a length. So I don't need the O. So I'm working with A and H. The only bit that's got A and H in it is K. So cos equals A over H. Okay, cos goes with the size of the angle. Now that's the bit we don't know. So cos Y equals A, which is 13.5, divided by 15.8. Okay, we need to get y on its own. So what we're doing is, like we would if we were solving an equation and this was a number, we would divide each side by cos. And what happens is that becomes its inverse. Okay, and you'll remember it. And this is what you need to remember when you're working out an angle on any trigonometric shape, is that you would do cos to the -1. So if it was SO, it'd be sine to the -1. If it was TOA, it'd be tan to the -1 of our fraction. So you type that into your calculator. So shift cos, and we do, I like the fraction button, so 13.5 over 15.8, and it gives me the answer. Oh, I've got an error because I put a bracket down there. my cat is coming, so she's getting in the way. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I've got 31.3. So in my answer, I'm going to put 31.3 degrees. Just check your answer for the angle one. Just make sure it makes sense. Some people will just do cos of this number and it won't give you the size of what an angle should be. So just check your answer makes sense. But that's trigonometry in a nutshell.